So we're in Virginia City again, and we made us another stop at the candy store, and Amy went a little ham on her basket there. Got all kinds of candy, lots of taffy. Luckily, it's only like $6 for a half pound. Should be all right.
She's only got like 5 pounds there.
That's pretty much $30 bill already.
Shit'll buff out. So we now have paid for our food, or our candy. Mine was $15 hairs. Theirs was $62.33 in nothing but candy. And she's already eating it. This is gonna be a fun trip in Virginia City. Totally worth it. So apparently I never made an introduction for this part during our when I was actually recording when we were in Virginia City the other day. But we actually went on a ghost tour, and we went through, it's called the Washoe County, what was it? The Washoe County something rather. It's like a local club, kind of like a Moose Lodge or something like that. But we went through it, and it's actually an abandoned, or it was, the whole upper floor is abandoned. And there's a lot of reported stuff of ghost activity and things like that. So we went on a tour through it. There wasn't anything that we saw during the tour that stood out to us other than just eerie feelings and things like that. But there was nothing specifically that stood out. But it was me, Melissa, Denny, and Amy that went. And here's the footage from that.
Now through the pocket doors, this is the unofficial entrance for the Washoe Club. This was their main parlor. Most of their houses were located up on B Street, just outside. They would come down through the courtyard and enter through this door to my left. Now ladies, I think it only fair to warn you that there is a ghost in this part of the building that has been known to greet our lady visitors from time to time with a nice little to the backside. So gentlemen, if that happens in the course of the tour, we have an out. It's not us, it's just one of the lifetime members of the Washoe Club saying welcome to Virginia City. However, fair's fair, now it's your turn. There's a female ghost in this building that is a bit of a flirt. She has been known to cuddle up alongside our gentlemen visitors and researchers alike. And she will either stroke their cheeks, give them a peck on the cheek, or whisper sweet nothings into their ear, depending on her mood at the time. Now, for all of the wealth that Virginia City possessed and invested in itself, this was a very modern city for its time. Our streets outside would not be paved for 110 years. And as a result of this little oversight, anytime it would snow or rain, the streets in town would very quickly turn into a mud pile, even up in Millionaire's Row. So according to the charter of the club, if the streets were muddy, you could not come in through this room. It was forbidden. You had to go all the way around to the front and come up the very same flight of stairs we began our tour from. And that would bring you into this small room on the other side of the wine room.
Good game.
All of the tenants were issued eviction notices with one exception. There was an elderly gentleman living in the back apartment on the 3rd floor, and he had been here for as long as anyone could remember. He had no known family, very limited means, and had he been evicted, he probably would have become homeless. Because he had his own entrance off of B Street, and taking his circumstances into consideration, the county looked the other way and allowed him to remain here. He became the only tenant in this building until he passed away upstairs in 1990. He has not yet left the building. So that being said, it's time to go meet the old man.
I flipped her hair. She like twitched. Perfect.
He is also not at all what you could call PG-13. He does occasionally, especially if you're using a spirit box, he will basically cuss up a storm that make a sailor blush with shame.
Try.
In fact, the very first EVP I got in this building was using an SB7 up here. And all I did was introduce myself, and the first response was, and this is his words, not mine, go fuck yourself. I'm like, well, what a great way to say welcome to Washoe Club. In 1873, one of the tenants next door was Jacob von Bakken. Now, Mr. von Bakken was an explosives merchant, and unfortunately for this building, He kept his office and his inventory next door. According to his last known inventory, he had 6 gallons of nitroglycerin, 120 pounds of dynamite, 220 pounds of gunpowder, various blasting caps, and a pet monkey next door. We think the pet monkey may have played into what happened next, but just before midnight, June 29, 1873, the building next door was removed quite violently from the map of Virginia City. The explosion awakened the entire town and badly damaged the back sections of the Douglas building, caving in this part that we're standing in now all the way into the first floor, and also partly setting fire to these buildings around it as well. 12 people died that night, about half of them in this building, including an 8-year-old girl who was living with her father in the apartment directly beneath us. Her ghost has been encountered in this back half of the building in more recent years. And on tours, she's been photographed at least 3 times that we know of. Once in the museum downstairs, once on the staircase we just came up, and the best picture I've seen of her was taken in the hallway just outside in 2012. If you follow me around the corner, I'll describe that picture. Now, this time of day, you have no idea how hard it is for me not to tell my stories like this.
Nice. What were you looking at?
There's a fucking panda sitting here in the corner of the fucking room.
Oh, that one right there?
Oh, look, a panda.
Yeah, this is a trigger device. This is a trigger device that we use to get the little girl to come out and play her free. Set it up anywhere you like, see if you can get her to come out. We did have a group up here last night, and that's where they decided to leave Waldo here.
There's chairs everywhere so we can sit down like the room. Like, because we're going to be sitting there for a while. I tried, but I poked her instead. I did it to her earlier. I flipped her hair. She spazzed out a little bit.
We're now going to go down this back hallway and into a section of the building that's come to be known as the playroom.
Just like this?
Little tiny one.
Yeah.
Look at that wedge right there.
Little tiny pieces. Oh, at least the wood didn't get wet. I made that up.
They're gonna go through my hair.
She's a sissy.
What they did is they made a roof hatch out of it. One of the things they like to use to let you know they're around are the doors up here. Most of these doors are original from 1862, and most of them are still on their hinges in fairly decent working order. Number 12 here is a particular favorite of theirs, and they will use this to wave hello to people. I had this happen on the 3 o'clock tour last Saturday. I had just started talking about this part of the building when number 12 here shut right behind me. So I thanked whoever it was for their demonstration, returned the door to the position you see it in now, and then continued with my talk, only to have this door shut a second time. When it was time to leave the room, I held it open and escorted my guests into the next room over, holding the door open just in case someone was feeling a little mischievous and wanted to goose somebody with a doorknob. Was not going to happen on my tour. Well, once everyone was in the other room, we went around the corner, and 12 slammed with a vengeance. We're now going to go down that back staircase and pay a visit to the Shadow Man.
I see that.
Well, good.
This is gonna be the
Just want to see something.
Well, that's really creepy because the red light blinked and your face lit up. What did you say woo for?
Because I thought there was something funny about it. It might have been a shadow. I don't know.
Shortly after the start of 1915, the Douglas building underwent its final remodeling. It was, if not on behalf of the entire staff of the club, I'd like to thank you for spending some time with us this evening, and probably all the way till tomorrow morning, I would imagine. I'm sure the residents upstairs are very eager to get to know you a little bit better.
Look at these windy roads. Oh yeah, better turn that off. YouTube's gonna get mad. This is like driving through the mountains in Tennessee when we were growing up. Except my mom will be sitting in back screaming because my dad's going too fast.
I'm only going double the speed limit.
Denny did say to hurry.
He's way back there though.
Oh, my ears popped.
Mine too.
I do feel like we're going way too fast.
I'm doing.
What if there's an animal?
I was doing 50 in a 25. So.
The clouds look cool.
Well, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw, and comment below if there's anything you'd like to see later. Thanks.
Go blue!
And go blue.